time to continue our look at Mental Health Awareness Week. On Monday, we spoke to Journeymen, a charity based in Wirral. Now, they provide support for men who may be struggling with things like depression and anxiety or loneliness. One of the services that they run is called Chit and Chat, which allows men to go along and do, well, exactly that. Our reporter Mike Perkins also went along and spoke to Michael and Roy. Roy began by explaining how he ended up at the group.
I've suffered from depression for a few years. And then we had the lockdown, which I was already self-isolating, so I was keeping myself away from people, social anxiety. Found Journeymen, and I had to force myself to come to the Chit and Chat meetings. But now I look forward to it because now the social anxiety is virtually gone away.
For Michael, I mean, you say you've been coming about a year now. What have you got out of these Chit and Chat events and coming here?
Well, I've got a lot of friends now. I mean, I'm 77 years of age, and, you know, it's difficult at my age to make friends, really. Most people are slipping their clogs by the time they get to my age, you know what I mean? So I found this through a company called Crisis, because I was in crisis. I'd lost a lady friend who I used to look after 4 days a week, and she passed away, unfortunately, and she was 91. And I had no one, and I was sitting in the house all day, and it was through COVID as well, sitting there all day, twiddling my thumbs, not knowing what to do. And I was fed up, and one morning I just got up and I thought, nothing left in life now. And the phone rang, and it was the people who look after my computer. And I told the guy, I said, look, just get off the phone, because I said, I'm doing so-and-so. He said, please don't do that. And I decided then that I needed help. So I rang my doctors. She got Crisis to ring me. And they stayed on the phone with me for an hour and a half till I convinced them that I wasn't going to do it. And they sent me some leaflets, and one of the leaflets was the Journeyman.
The theme of this Mental Health Awareness Week is loneliness, and your message there, Michael, very much seems to be, no matter how lonely you're feeling, there is a future through places like this.
I think the majority of people today in society are lonely, even though they're with a lot of people. They can be surrounded by friends and all sorts of people. Loneliness is a killer. It's a terrible thing, and it's scary, very scary. Loneliness causes depressions, and when you're depressed and you go lower and lower and lower, that's when you start to decide, is life worth carrying on? And life is worth carrying on, quite honestly, if you snap yourself out of it. But you've got to have something there that will snap you out of it.
For you, Roy, as somebody who you've said suffers from social anxiety and that can lead to depression, I suppose that means you'll at times you'll want to be on your own, but I guess you won't want to be lonely, and that can be a difficult sort of balance.
Yeah, well, you're not alone with your own thoughts. I have my daughter who supports me. We know everything about each other. We can talk, and it's depression. For me, it just snuck up on me. I didn't see it coming, and then it was there. And with me, I don't want to bother anyone with my problems, so I lock myself away. And then I've got my own thoughts, and that's all I've got. It doesn't matter how much you read or watch TV. You just your own mind just takes over, and all that time on your hands, you just get worse and worse. And as Michael said, finding Journeyman, it's just a lifesaver. It really is. My life's changed. It's something I look forward to. I go on the walks on a Wednesday as well, and there's a new walk on a Friday. I do that, and we talk about anything at all. We'll talk about our issues, or we'll just talk about general life and what's going on. People talk about football. I switch off. It's what gets me up on a Monday, gets me out of the house, when nothing else will. Yeah.
And if you've been affected by any of the issues mentioned in that interview, you can find out more by going to Journeymen at journeymencic.com.